this life that you're living, and then you won't go back to Bihar ever. All right. Okay, Deepak. So, where are you from?
I'm from Bihar. However, I stay in Delhi.
Okay, you're from Bihar, but you live in Delhi.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So, can you tell me something about yourself quickly so I get to know you better?
Yes. So as you know my name, as you also know, I'm from Bihar. Okay, I come did my schooling, graduation, everything from Bihar. And
Okay.
by the way, I'm a fitness coach. I make people exercise.
Oh, right. That's great.
Yeah. And if you talk about my parents, they are my father is farmer, my mother is housewife, and we have a family of five, two brother and me. That's it.
Okay, so that's about you. What about your hobbies? What do you do in free time when you're not working? Let's say when you're not training, then what do you do?
I listen to podcasts, I read books, I work on my self development.
Oh, that's great. I see a lot of books behind you. So, are you an avid reader? Do you read a lot?
Yes, I read
Oh, that's great. What is the genre that you prefer?
non-fiction.
Okay, you read non-fiction, no fiction at all. So, I was asking you about reading. So, you prefer fiction, non-fiction.
Yes.
Any specific genre in non-fiction category?
Non-fiction, you are reading life skill. Author already lived that skill. He has experienced that things. Right. Non-fiction means right.
Right, right. Your
Right.
voice, I'm trying to understand you. Yes.
And so what I love reading about people's authors' life, how they
Okay.
overcome their uh, they own their life. They
Autobiography.
become not autobiography is different, but suppose I'm an author, right? I write book. So since childhood, what I have learned in how I develop myself,
Right.
how, yeah, how I become author, you know, how,
Right. I
how I what is my philosophy of life, right?
got right.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. How they become from destitute to rich, how they build their own empire, right?
correct. Okay, so got it. Perfect. So, which is why you prefer non-fiction more. All right.
Yes.
Okay, so can you also tell me now what are the challenges or problems that you face while having a conversation? Because I see this is your 271 session you have had so far.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's a long journey with Clapingo. Okay. So tell me, was it progressive? Did you see any changes, any progress in yourself?
Yeah, I see changes, a lot changes, not any, a lot changes, and that is why I'm stick with this platform with you
That
people,
that's great.
and still
Okay.
long way to go. So yeah,
So
I'm happy.
what face? What are the challenges that you think you face?
I have MTI issue, right, and pronunciation problem,
Right.
sometimes grammatical problem. So I need to learn a lot.
Okay, all right. Is there anything other than this that you face which you think should be problematic?
Apart from this, I would leave it on you. You can find it out if I have any problem.
Definitely. Okay, I definitely will. All of us will. Okay, so
Mhm.
let's to the session. And did you go through the notes today? Session.
No, I don't get any notes.
Oh, right. You don't have a note because you have had so many sessions that we don't have any topic for you. Okay, then I think we should stick to the general terms, right? Okay,
Yeah,
so tell me, what do you do? You said you like to read books. You are a fitness coach.
yeah.
Okay, so what made you get into this journey of training people or this journey of fitness? Can you tell me about it? How this started? How struck your mind and you thought, okay, now I should be doing this? What was the reason?
Because I knew that this is the only work I can do in my life. This is the only work I can give 120%
Oh, that's great.
if I will
Okay.
do right.
Okay, okay.
And
What?
I thought, yes, yes. And I thought this is the only, what God has given me to perform on this planet.
And how did
So
this thought you?
I'm
Did you?
sorry.
How did this thought occur to you? Did you see someone as a fitness coach? Were you inspired by someone?
When I no, I didn't see any fitness coach. I didn't get inspired from anybody. I I before coming into fitness industry, I was working in a call center,
Okay, okay, okay.
right?
All right.
And I worked for 3, 4, 5 years, maybe 5 or 6 years. But I think I was not good working for someone else, working, okay, listening to your boss, or reporting your boss, and someone else is controlling your life,
Right. Okay, all
right?
right.
So that I do not wanted to live that kinds of life,
Okay. So you
right?
wanted it done all by yourself.
Yeah, I wanted to live a free life, freedom, right? I'm making money, I'm happy with my income, but I'm free today. If I call today, I'm not going to come. No one is going to dictate me. No, Deepak, you have to come and train me. If I'll say
Okay,
I'm not going to come next 1 week, no one is going to command me, right?
right. Okay.
So I wanted to live that kinds of life. So
Okay.
by the grace of God, mm, I'm
Oh,
happy with my income, with my life, with my everything.
okay.
Fantastic.
So you're technically satisfied with everything you have today.
Not everything, but if you're happy with your paycheck, right? I
Okay,
think
okay.
then I think, and on the other hand, you are free. What is for me? I think 95% or 90% the fulfillment I get from my income and from freedom. I have freedom. Two things I need. I need good amount of paycheck and freedom. That's it.
Right, right. Definitely that works for everybody. So yes,
Yeah,
naturally makes sense.
and that's what I'm getting. And on the other hand, I'm saying freedom. My work is my freedom. If I would
Oh,
train you, I don't feel like I'm working here. I feel like I'm entertaining. I'm enjoying my work.
definitely. That is something that you like to do, which you're pursuing, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So can we say that this is your passion turned into profession?
Yeah. You can say. You
Okay,
can.
all right, okay. So you said that's great. That's great to hear about your journey, and I really like the way you've explained it. Seems you have it's really influential to hear such words from people and such, you know, dream come true kind of profession. That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so you said you're from Bihar, isn't it? Right.
Yeah.
Can you think about your hometown? Do you miss your place at all?
Yeah. I miss. I miss.
Do you go
I mean,
there often?
yeah. I go once or twice in a year. I go.
Oh,
Just before this session, I was talking to my grandmother just
okay.
before this session, and I said everything is okay in my hometown. That means in my village. She said
Right.
this person is a victim of cancer and he's dying. So in next two maybe in next to 1 week, or he may not, he may pass away. So I thought that, yeah, if I talk about, recall that 10 years back or 12 years back, 2008, 2010, I how beautiful that day was,
Right.
you
Right.
know.
Definitely. I get
And
it.
I lost my deep down into memory, and I thought that's so beautiful. We were playing cricket, we were talking, even we used to do kirtan, you know.
Oh, I know, I know.
Kirtan, kirtan,
I
bhajan. with that people I used to do. I was kid that time. I was almost teenager, right? So they used to teach me how to do kirtan, how to play instrument and dholak, tabla, right?
Right.
These all things. So I was missing that time. So obviously the place where you have been brought up and you have played with your friends, and so you cannot forget that. That is
That's
your root.
right. That's your root, exactly. You use the correct word, so you can never forget that. Okay, so that's about your place. So can you tell me something more? What is the difference between your hometown and this place that you're living? I am so sorry. I missed where you live right now, Delhi?
Yeah, I'm in
Delhi, right?
Delhi.
Okay, so what can you tell me some difference between your hometown, Bihar, and Delhi? What is the difference?
I think when I was in hometown, I was someone else were feeding me. Other were feeding me. I was living in their lap, okay, and everything was good. But now I'm feeding myself. I'm feeding my family. I'm taking care of my life. I'm growing my life. So I don't have anything to complain. But both are good. I'm grateful for both life. My
Right.
hometown and Delhi is giving me bread and butter. This is so
Okay.
I appreciate both life, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Compare it quite well. I like that. And if I ask you, let's say, if I just ask you to that you have a chance to go back and start a life all over again, Bihar, or stay back in Delhi and never go back to Bihar, what would you do?
No, never go back to Bihar. Sorry, I didn't understand. Repeat the question again.
Okay, let's say I ask you to stay in Delhi forever with this life that you're living, and then you won't go back to Bihar ever. So will you choose in Delhi?
Sorry, I booked your session 3 or 4 days back. I couldn't get your name. So would you mind if I ask your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Tanya Asif. Tanya.
Okay. Okay. So,
Right.
Miss Tanya, I'd like to tell you that I'm very emotional person. I'm very, very, very
Also a very emotional person. Okay, so I can
right.
go on. Yes.
And you can feel that even when I come to Delhi, right? Whenever I go back to home, my hometown, come to Delhi, 1 week I cannot feel like I spend my most of the time remembering, crying, missing my parents, brother, my neighbors. So it is impossible to stay in Delhi forever and
Right.
forget about my root. I can't. I can't do that.
Definitely.
Right. Because you have memory how you know your parent nurture, and whenever I go no I go I try to meet each and every person with whom I played, with whom I spent time, with whom
Right.
I did kirtan, because those people taught me etiquettes,
Right.
right?
Definitely understandable.
Yes, yes. Those people taught me, how to represent yourself in front of elders,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Definitely.
Yes. And they were very, very. They don't have, a higher degree, diploma, but they are very moderate educated, but they have very simple life. But if you listen to their thinking philosophy, if it will give love, connection,
Mm,
no
definitely.
sympathy, affection between two individuals,
Definitely. I get your point
right?
totally.
So everything, money. Yes, yes. Sometimes money cannot help you everywhere. Sometimes you connection, how you are feeling having conversation with me. If
Right.
I'm
I get
talking to you, are you feeling comfortable or not? Are you feeling connected or not, heart to heart?
yes.
And in Delhi, everything runs on money. Even I have to, get a bottle of water, I have to pay. Even if I borrow him, he will never give me,
Hmm,
right?
yeah.
But they are people give me. 2 liter, 3 liter milk. Go and drink Deepak, curd, lassi, this, that, vegetables, mangoes of one basket. Deepak
Right.
has come. This mangoes to his mom and this, that. So that's the connection I have found in my hometown, which you cannot find in no metro city or
Right. Definitely.
city.
That's it. That, totally understandable. That's beautiful. That's beautiful of an explanation. And I totally understand. We're always connected to our roots. So I feel the same way. I totally agree with you. If I go for my studies, whenever I used to go back to college, or let's say when I
Mhm.
to my grandparents, then I always have this feeling to come back home and then be here. Although it's a small town, but then hometown is hometown, right?
True,
It all,
true, true. Yeah, of
yes.
course.
Okay. So that's great. I think your explanation and everything is really good. Deepak, you are too confident. You're a confident speaker. So I want to know, did you develop it over time during the sessions, or were you always this kind of a fluent speaker?
No, during the session, I developed it.
Okay, you developed because of talking to different people and with different topics, isn't it? Okay, great.
Yes.
You. Okay. All right. So I will give you a feedback, but I usually do it 5 minutes before the session ends. Okay. So yeah, I do that. But so let's continue with the session. What else? What it is that? What are some of the topics that fancy you, or let's say I'll be more specific. Which places in Delhi fancy you a lot? Can you hear
Which
me?
places in Delhi? What?
Can you hear me? Is my voice
Yeah,
breaking?
which places in Delhi?
Which places in Delhi fascinate you or fancy you too much?
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Place. Actually, I don't have any favorite place. I sometimes I cannot place or, but I am not fascinated. I don't know why.
Okay,
Uh,
okay,
I don't have any. That's I like every place and every
okay, no
yeah.
problem. All right, okay. So yes, another question I have for you. Can you tell me an incident from since you're very much fascinated by your childhood, your hometown. So can you tell me one incident from your childhood which is very memorable to you, but just one specific incident? You to narrate it to me entirely in detail.
Okay. Mm, I don't know. I was very naughty that time.
So,
Even you can't imagine. Oh, I was, I think, under 10, and I was very naughty because there was a girl, right? She was coming and she used to know me. Okay, that is Deepak, he's the son of this person, X person, and he's the brother of this X person. And I don't know should I say or not, I don't know. But some she was coming just walking towards me and I was walking towards her. And I used to see her every day at the same time, at the same way. All right. So
right.
I said, "Oh, you are so beautiful. Would you marry me?" I almost 9 years or 8 years or 10 years, I think.
Okay, and how old was the girl?
And she would be, I think, 21, 22.
Okay, all right. So
Right.
that's quite a thing then. Okay.
Yes, yes. And she began laughing and she was saying, "Okay, I'm coming to your home and talking to your mama." Okay, will she accept me or not? And so,
Okay.
yes, so these things are happened. And this is very little, short story. And apart from that, I broken uh, a ring of cycle. A person was crossing just a road with his cycle, and I had a stick, a big stick, and thick stick in my right hand, and he was
Okay.
just surpassed in front of me. I pushed the my that stick into his ring.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And he fell down, and I think 10 to 12, the wire of that ring broken,
Oh,
right?
okay.
And then he just began chasing me. I flew away from there.
Oh, see, so you
Yeah.
were a kid in your childhood, definitely. So
Yes.
did you get scoldings after all
Yeah,
these?
of course. Yes, yes. I got a cold, and
What about after you proposed to the girl? Did you get scoldings at home? Did she come to your house?
my parents know he's very naughty. He can say and do anything to anybody.
Okay. Well,
Yes.
oh,
So obviously, I was beaten up very much by my mama. My mama used to, beat me, close the door, and just she used to lock the door, and she used to beat me with roller, by which we make chapati and chappal, sweeper, anything, whatever. I used to. Then my parents used to know. Deepak is began beating for 1 hour, 2 hour. I used to cry, so I was very.
oh. So is it true that the kids who get beatings a lot in their childhood are the naughtiest fellows? Can we
I'm
say
sorry.
that? Can we
Yeah.
say that who used to get beatings from their parents are the naughtiest fellows? Is it true?
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
right. Okay, I see. Great. Really, really interesting stories, Deepak. I mean, quite amusing stories, I must say. I've not had it in all the. Thank you. I think this is. No, this is not my last session for the day, but at least I loved so far.
Okay. By
Right.
the way,
Right.
where are you from, man?
I'm from UP. Have you
Okay.
heard of Gorakhpur?
Gorakhpur.
Right.
Oh, Parosi. Yeah, my Parosi. I'm from Chapra, Bihar. You know?
Okay. I'm not sure how far is Bihar from this place, but yes, UP and Bihar are borders, isn't it
Yeah,
true?
that Gorakhpur. Yes, yes, yes. It would be almost from my place. Gorakhpur is 4 to 5 hours of
Oh,
travel. 4 to 5. I think 4.
I never
That's it.
knew.
By bike or by car.
Okay, I did not know Bihar is so nearby. I mean, it's that
Yeah,
far.
yeah.
Great. All right. Yeah, so that is about it. That's really interesting stories, I must say. And I also believe you are one of the fluent speakers I've had. Okay. So yes, I told you I would give you a feedback. So before the session gets over, I'll give you a feedback. So I think or your only problem, according to me, is pronunciation. Okay, with a lot of words and with some words, some grammar words as well, not just nouns or sorry, proper nouns or common nouns for that matter, but also with grammar. For example, words like there, you sometimes, just sometimes you pronounce it as there. Okay,
Yeah,
but that's
okay.
okay. With practice, eventually it will go. Plus, mother tongue influence is something that does not go so easily, right? It will linger around somewhere. So yes, you need to work on that, but I think with practice it will go away. And overall, it is not so bad. And few more minor mistakes, I must say. For example, I had broken a cycle would be the correct sentence. But just because you are speaking too fluently and in a hurry, I mean, you are a fast speaker, a good speaker. So you usually tend to say, let's say, I have broken a cycle or I broke something, something like that. I think you used have in place of had. So such minor mistakes, for example, that's kind of stuff. This is one phrase you have used a lot in your conversation. That's kind. Okay. But that's all right. That's not a problem. Because overall, you seem like a very confident and very fluent speaker who only needs to polish his pronunciation. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. That's all I think. Apart from that, I really don't find any issues with it. And again, all your pronunciations and your fluency problem will come only with practice. The more you talk, So next time, whenever you talk to your, you said you're a trainer, so do you have people whom you train, I mean, under you, who work under you? Do they work under you or you only train them?
I train them.
Okay, all right. So you are a trainer to different people who want to learn something, is it?
Yes, I make people say if you want to lose weight or gain muscles, want to get fit,
Fitness coach.
fitness coach. Yeah.
Okay, you're a fitness coach. Oh, all right. Okay. So how do you talk to them? Do you have a conversation in English?
Yeah, I sometimes I do I have conversation in English, sometimes in Hindi.
Yeah, right.
It's
Okay,
yeah.
great. Because I think you're doing well. But with practice, you will be able to polish your speaking skills more.